I have this wire here that's pissing me off. Cody. God. I don't want him on BB. No. Production. Cat hair is equivalent to having wrinkles. Okay? Nobody wants them. Ever.
How did you get this so tangled?
It was in your bag like that, you deal with
No,
it. I had to put this near my face now that it just hit the floor.
You're such a cur.
Stop making me laugh. I have to talk about Cody and he pisses me off. I still have cat hair on.
Finger pointer.
Sinking. I synced.
Now what?
Now we have to start vlogging.
Hey everyone, welcome. Shall we try again? Take 2. What? Did it hurt you?
Was it on 3 ready?
Okay, go.
What are we gonna say? Hey everyone.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey everyone!
That was so stupid.
Welcome back to Life After Neverland.
Life After Neverland. Today's topic is a little opinionated. We're talking about.
Why you gotta put everybody on a negative note right off the get?
Last time we talked about someone, Jackson. We got like attacked. So.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna talk about Jackson again, bitch. So, take your baby underpants and put them on, and then why don't you get your pacifier too?
Alright, so we're going to talk about Big Brother 22. In today's episode, we're going to be diving into our 3 least favorite house guests each.
Right, of course, these are the players that I would like absolutely not to see back again.
We give them a resounding.
You know what? Okay, this is on the lower end of the scale. So we're gonna go 3, 2, 1 being the one that if I ever see you back on BB again, I will never watch BB again for the rest of my life. And let me tell you, that will be torture for me. Don't bring him back again. Fool me once, fool me twice. Out. On a scale of 1 to 3, who's your 3rd least favorite house guest?
These are my 3 today. If you were to ask me a month from now, I'd probably have a different 3. And my number 3 goes to LaVon Exum. And you're probably saying, LaVon Exum? Maybe you don't remember LaVon. LaVon has gone down in Big Brother history as the dumbest player to ever play the game. LaVon was in Big Brother 13.
Okay, refresh me memory.
LaVon was in the same season as Rachel. LaVon was with his alliance. He volunteered to be nominated, which has happened a few times. That already kind of goes down as a dumb Big Brother move. You never volunteer to be nominated, ever. Unless, like, you literally have no other options. I guess he was up against Rachel. He believed there was going to be a power that week that would bring him back into the game if he was evicted. So he told his alliance to go ahead and evict him so that he could use the power to come back rather than Rachel or whatever. Like,
was he just assuming he was gonna win? Was he literally just assuming he was gonna win that power?
He was assuming there was a power at all.
That is a Fruit Loop dingus.
And in his interview with Julie, he still was kind of clueless, and he was like, you know what, I'm still a winner because I came in the house the same person, I'm leaving the house, and in my mind I still won. Just a completely disconnected from the fact that he was playing a game. One of the worst players. It goes down in the history books as one of the dumbest moves ever on Big Brother.
I've seen some dumb players. He's definitely on that list of the dum-dums.
What you got?
Okay, well, mine isn't like the worst actual player, but kind of the worst actual player, but also the one person that as a person, I don't like. Okay, and that is Cody from BB19.
BB19 Cody.
Yes.
So which one, just help me with my Codys. Which one's that one?
Okay, well, he is the one that had the blank face, the blank military one.
Oh, serial killer Cody.
Yes! And he dated Jessica, and I guess they call each other Jody. They're married and have kids. Okay, does everybody know who I'm talking about? Because I think you do. And what's super funny is, in our very, very last video, Sean mentioned Cody, and I was the one that was editing. So I'm like, it's obviously got to be gorgeous Cody, you know, Zach and Cody. And no, it's this Cody that might be back in BB22. That's the Cody.
Yeah.
And I dislike him so much, I figured everyone else dislikes him too. What do you guys see in this guy?
There's a whole group of people that love that Cody.
And he was America's favorite, and I totally forgot about that. And when I remembered, I literally almost fell back in my chair. And I'm gonna tell you why I think he's America's favorite. And people aren't gonna like it, but I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, I don't enjoy Cody. He's not entertaining, he's not fun, he's grumpy, he has an attitude, and he's angry.
And he talks down to women.
He does. Actually, what I remember about him is that he was degrading to actually Josh. And I know there's a lot of people that do not like Josh, but he was fat shaming Josh.
He was fat shaming
And
Josh.
he was calling him stupid and a moron. Okay, fine, people can handle that, but fat shaming, and Jessica, his girlfriend, was doing the same thing. They're petty on the show, on their time. They were very petty, they were very immature, and what I think about Cody is that he was intimidated by Paul.
Yes.
The entire house was starstruck by Paul, if you remember, that entire season. And Paul made some mistakes, but I think Cody, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think Cody was out of the house before Paul started turning on his own alliance. But because everybody was basically up Paul's butt, Cody was intimidated by that, so he's also egotistical. And in my opinion, I was watching a grown man stomping his feet and acting like a little baby. And other people ended up not liking Paul in the end because he turned on his alliance, and so therefore they might have wanted to stick it to Paul to give freaking Cody America's favorite player. And then Paul didn't win. Josh won. Boom! That's what I think about Cody.
A lot of pent-up rage right there.
But I'm right, and you guys all know it. Okay, what's your number 2?
Number 2 is none other than Josiah Flores.
Wow.
You don't remember him coming in and he was like saying, I'm owning this house, I'm running this house, everyone, da-da-da-da, and then he got voted out. Like, you don't remember that? So he
No.
right in the very beginning of the show, I don't remember if it was the first week or second week, like they're doing their first evictions, and he pulls everyone into the room and says, hey everyone, we're voting for this person, okay? And then he goes and he's like, I got this whole house, they're all wrapped around my finger, I am the Messiah. He kept calling himself the Messiah. I'm the Messiah, I'm the Messiah. And then everyone was like, oh my God, Josiah's so annoying, we gotta get rid of him. And then they all ended up voting him out.
I literally forgot all about him. Like, I literally was like, sayonara, delete. I still don't remember him.
When he was in the diary room, he was talking about this alliance he had, and it didn't exist. He thought he had all these votes that he didn't have. Like,
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Was he delusional? Like, literally.
he was delusional to the 10th degree because he walked around like he was going to win this game. He's going to be the #1 competitor. He was actually a horrible player.
Because that is him trying to manifest. But guess what? It backfired in his face.
Yeah, he played too hard, he was way too loud. He walked around telling people, I am the best in this house, I'm the Messiah. He was telling people that. Not only was he delusional, but he was just annoying. And like, if I ever saw him come back to Big Brother, I would cry.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, I
shed a
totally
tear.
forgot all about him, so I couldn't even cry a tear if I tried.
So, Corinne, who is your number 2?
Well, my number 2 is Holly from BB21. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is not to bash Holly in any way, shape, or form. I just want to make that very, very clear. I loved Holly. When I first saw her interview, I was so excited about her in the game. She just seemed like such an interesting, intelligent, well-rounded individual. And then she hooked up with Jackson in the game, and I'll bet you Sean can agree with me. I think Holly would have been an amazing Big Brother player. On a side note, they're broken up. Thank you, little baby Jesus. Hopefully Holly can now fly and get out from under dog crap. It was very, very hard for me. It was one of the most difficult Big Brothers for me to watch on women just in general, especially Holly, because Holly gave up her integrity. Everything that she stood for, and she said it. She said things that she stood for, like that she didn't want to go to bed with Jackson on national television. She was trying to tell him, no, I don't want to do it. And then she kept doing it. They had this big fight, and she was telling Jackson that she just sometimes doesn't feel worthy. Jackson was mad at her. Jackson was throwing a temper tantrum, and I'm gonna put that video in the description so that you guys can see that video. It is so sad. So sad to see Holly giving up who she is as a woman for the likes of Jackson
I hear you getting kind of emotional.
I just don't like to see a woman.
You're crying.
I just don't like to see a
She's
woman
serious about this.
give up who they are as a human being, because she had a lot going for her, and Jackson literally drug her through the mud. And she allowed it on national television. She allowed it, and so that was just something. She's one of my least favorite players
It's gonna be okay.
I don't
gonna
like
be okay.
women doing that to themselves. So hopefully Holly learned something. I think the biggest gift Holly could have gotten from Big Brother is the lesson she learned by dating Jackson and what happened through all that stuff. That would be the biggest gift Holly could have gotten in BB21.
My number one is, that was tough because, okay, so I purposely didn't dive into the Big Brother 21 pool because that was just a cesspool of like, let's forget this ever happened. I purposely did not pick anyone from Big Brother 21. I actually dug really deep in the vault. I remember there was a scandal, so I had to do some research to refresh my memory, and I found him, Mr. Justin Seebeck. Do you guys remember Justin Seebeck? Justin Seebeck is from season 2, the Will and Boogie season. And Justin was violent. He was threatening everyone. He was threatening to punch people in the mouth, women. He was threatening to beat up women. And he kept getting called into the diary room, and production kept saying, you can't do that. You can't do that. He kept getting called in over and over and over again. And so he finally got his final warning. They're like, Justin, you have to, and he kept joking about it. He'd walk around the house like, oh, got yelled at in the diary room again. Justin was interacting with one of the other house guests, and she was intoxicated. And he asked her, would you be mad if I killed you? And she was drunk, and she's like, what? And he goes into the kitchen and he pulls, well, first he gets a sweeper and he's like, don't move, don't move. And he does a baseball swing and acts like he's gonna hit her in the head with it, but he stops right before he hits her and he's like, would you be mad if I just cracked you in the head with this? And then when that doesn't faze her, she's like, no, but your mom will be mad, because she's all drunk. And so then he goes into the kitchen and gets a knife, comes back over to her, and he puts the knife to her throat.
What in the world?
And asks her if she would be mad if he slit her throat, and then they started making out. So he was then kicked off the show, and I make him my number one for multiple reasons. Number one, he is a psychopath. I don't know how he got on the show, but Justin was a psychopath. And number two, he just completely ruined the integrity of the game.
Did Big Brother sweep that one under the rug or what?
No, it was a big deal. I remembered it.
Did they not do a psych test before they go into the house? That is crazy.
I bet you they stepped up their psych test after that one, and then they forgot at Big Brother 21.
Yeah, what happened? Because my number one, I bet you can't guess, drum roll please, is...
Wait. I'm really craving some watermelon right now.
You guessed it. It is Jackson Mickey, people. Okay, so the things that I didn't like about Jackson, other than the fact that he was abusive to his castmates, is quite simply that he just got away with murder throughout the entire game. And when you talk about Zach Rancy saying little comments about things in production being rigged, sometimes I can't help but wonder if things were rigged with Jackson, because I really do feel like what I was seeing on the live feeds, you guys, and seeing on national television was a very different version of Jackson Mickey. And that is the reason why I don't like him, because I saw some very, very disturbing things coming out of his mouth and the way that he was behaving. And he also had to go on slop once, and he was cheating, and it was legit. I mean, they even showed him in the shower eating watermelon when he was supposed to be eating slop. He did not get sent home for breaking the rules, and no one said anything. Talk about throwing things under the rug. I do think that he was a very strong, athletic player. I think he was all around a really good player in that regard. But someone like Jackson Mickey, I mean, the excessive amount of watermelon, the abuse that was held in that house. How did he stay the entire time?
I like that you said the excessive amount of watermelon. How dare you eat that watermelon?
He is obsessive. My point is, Jackson is obsessive with everything he was doing in that house. I just feel like Jackson, Jackson and Justin should never have been on Big Brother. When you look at the link that I put in my description and you see the way he talked to Holly and the way he was treating her, is absolutely 1000% abusive. And that is why I'm saying he should not have been in the house. And I don't understand why they let him stay the whole way through, and then he won the game. And because of his bad behavior, he was literally called out by Julie Chen. Now, I've watched Big Brother. I might not remember all of the house guests, even some of the crazy ones like Justin, but I have never in my life seen Julie basically call out a house guest for their bad behavior on finale night.
That was such an awkward finale.
I mean, I have goosebumps thinking about it right now, and I'm actually getting frustrated because to think back at how he behaved, it really got me churned up. And I do see sometimes some things that Jackson does on Instagram, and he hasn't hardly changed. It doesn't come across like he's changed at all. But wasn't that the weirdest Big Brother win ever?
It's like confetti and then just a solemn.
Go online and look. His face is literally straight, and you can tell he's in his head because Julie totally turned him around, spun him around, flipped him up, and landed right on his arse. I'm telling you, he wasn't expecting that. Julie Chen, when she calls him out on finale night, epic BB stuff right there, you guys.
I would say I out of everything you said about Jackson, my number one gripe was the fact that he cheated and got away with it. That's my number one gripe. And I did think he was a little hostile on the live feeds. And also our friends, honestly, Honecker and Jolene, they cover Big Brother as well. They really ranted about this as well, to the point where honestly even says she doesn't even watch the episodes anymore. She only watches live feeds because the producers can really make you think a certain way about certain people. And the truth is, when you watch the live feeds, if you are a Jackson fan, I almost think you don't watch the live feeds because he was not a nice person.
You guys, and I highly encourage you to go back and rewatch it then. And I don't know, you probably can't watch live feeds, but you can definitely go on YouTube. I'm pretty sure they're everywhere, you guys, and that's why I'm going to show you this link because it's disturbing to me. Just because someone's not being physically abusive doesn't mean they're not being emotionally abusive.
Yeah, and I saw moments where Jackson cared. And so I don't think he's a lost cause. I just think he needs help because there was times where he truly did care about Nicole. There was times he truly did care about Cliff. And then there's times he was being abusive toward Holly. So I see that there's hope that in him, like he's not a horrible villain, but I think that he needs to get some stuff figured out in his life.
I agree with the latter. The first part I don't. I think he was actually, I would love to talk to Nicole Anthony because I can't help but believe she didn't vote for him. She voted for Holly. And I can't help but believe that he just had an agenda. Jackson. I don't think he was being sincere.
I have been known to trust to a fault. So maybe it's wishful thinking. I just don't want to think anyone's that bad. All I remember is when I watched that season, I disliked Jack way more than Jackson. That's all I remember. And I think it's because of the way Jack was actually treating everyone in the house and completely delusional about it. I think Jackson reflects and goes, like, I think the reason why he was so solemn when he was walking out was he was like, wow, I really did all that stuff. Like, he was reflecting and feeling bad about it, where Jack's like, oh, if I did, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. Hey, let's go drink, guys. You know, like I feel like Jack just didn't care.
I think when you're talking about Jack, you're actually describing Jackson.
They both suck.
Have you ever heard Jackson apologize? And when he does, is it sincere? Is it compassionate? Does he ever make up for his bad behavior? For example, an awesome gesture would have been, why don't you give it to charity? I've got a good charity for you. The House for Abused Women.
And my original list, because she called me at work today and said, Sean, write down your 3 least favorite Big Brother house guests. Jack and Jackson were both in my first top 3 list, but then I was like, that's just too easy. So the reason why I changed mine is I want to be more creative, but just to be clear, they both were on my list if I didn't want to be creative.
But we all know that, Sean. Sean, I think your ideas were great. I like the people that you chose. Some of them I had just completely and utterly forgot about. Actually, forget that, all of them I completely and utterly forgot about. And I wonder if any of you guys remember the people that he's talking about. And if you do, leave a comment down below.
What'll be fun for us is in the comments, write your 3 least favorite Big Brother house guests of all times. And if you want to write why, we read every comment and respond to almost all of them, if not all of them. So jump down below, let us know your 3 least favorite are. If you like our video, hit the like button. If you disagree with us, hit the like button.
And remember, you guys, these are people that rubbed us the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So I would prefer to have them grow and have beautiful lives and families and lots of children. And I mean that sincerely. I did not enjoy watching them on Big Brother. Some of them made me pissed, and some of them broke my heart. And that's just how I feel. Okay? I hope you guys had fun watching anyways, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Doodaloo.
Oh my gosh. Like, whatever I was about to say just totally went out of my head.
Dude, that's me every day. Okay, I'm ready now.
People don't understand how hard this is.
Yeah. What does this say about our personalities? Your writing is insanely small, like you actually need a magnifying glass to look at it, and mine is really big, like it looks like cloud letters. I think you are an extreme introvert pretending to be an extrovert, and I'm an extrovert who desires to be an introvert.
Oh, is that your...
Nailed it! Seriously.